I want to bring the camera in. Are you telling me I can't come in with the camera?
Correct.
Why is that? This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by nhliberty.org.
So what you can do, Dave, is you can hold the door open and just stand in the doorway, and then you'll be A-okay.
Ian Freeman of Keene, New Hampshire, about to go in.
Actually, today I'm nobody, Dave. That's why I'm wearing them.
Nobody is running for office in Keene. However, bureaucrats inside that room or somewhere don't like the fact that he has failed to list a home address. He's listed only a mailing address, so he's going to go in there and complain. All right, nobody?
Okay, here we go.
Can someone hold the door open for me?
For Dave. Y'all are welcome to come in, too.
Audio taping.
No, I don't know if like a cell phone bill, will that work?
No.
What's that?
Will a cell phone bill work? Yeah.
No, not a cell phone. They have to be in.
Can someone hold the door open a little bit wider if possible?
No, a cell phone, it has to be physically attached to the house.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yep. All right.
Hey, Bill.
How are you doing, Ian?
Hey, doing good? I've got your domicile affidavit here.
Okay.
And just wanted to make
Audio
sure
taping.
that I'm using their form from the state's website. And it's my understanding that the domicile, the definition has to do with...
Someone fix my tripod.
Your rules, that it's a place that one will intend to return to after a temporary absence. And so I'm affirming here that I am in Ward 4 in Keene.
Okay, well, I got a form back in my office. If you could bring that with you, I'd rather check.
Can you bring the form out here?
Well, I'd rather do this in,
Well, as long as you'll allow him to come with me, that would be fine. Gentleman with the video camera.
he can't bring the video camera, but he can come if you want to
Well,
bring this.
I need to have the camera just to...
I want to bring the camera in. Are you telling me I can't come in with the camera?
Correct.
Why is that?
Because this office deals with sensitive information outside of other transactions that are going on, and it's our policy not to allow video cameras to capture records that we're required to protect as sensitive.
What if I promise not to capture any records that are sensitive?
Well, how can you assure me of that? I mean, other than a promise.
Well, I would get in trouble if I did it, wouldn't I? And are you telling me you don't trust me?
But I would get in trouble for allowing that to.
Would you be violating any law?
Potentially could be in violation of the law.
Bill, it's nothing personal. I don't want to do any of this in private, so if I can't have the camera, I'm here to drop this domicile affidavit off per your request. I'm administrating this particular issue. And I do have to get upstairs for a
Yeah,
file.
but this domicile affidavit is not the one.
This is straight from the 654.
Well,
Straight. This is the one you sent me.
Correct.
65412.
But you've put in a ward
That's correct.
number for that is not a domicile.
That is actually, according to your definition of domicile, it's a place that the person intends to return to. And your own form only requests the street ward number. It doesn't say street and ward number. It's my choice. So I'm affirming that I do live in Ward 4 of Keene, but as a private person, I like to keep my exact street address private.
Well, I don't think you have that option. I mean, my understanding is that you need to have an address, a residence
So
address.
would a homeless person be denied the right to
It
vote?
wouldn't be denied. I'm not denying you anything. I'm just saying that this form isn't correctly filled out. And that's what
Well, by what your form is asking for, it appears to be correctly filled out. I mean, I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just saying I've filled in the information that this form requires. That's the form that's the actual RSA on your website. So what I'm seeing here is you've added words to this particular form.
Well, this is the form that the state has authorized us to use.
This is from the state's website. You can see the URL right there. So this is the actual form. This is the one you guys have created that requests more information than is actually required.
I'm audio taping.
Get the
I'm just going to have to give this to you, and then if you want to go ahead and take care of that part down there.
Bill, want to take a look at the RSA?
Yeah, I need to look at the RSA before I take care of it.
Thanks, Bill.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, Bill. I'll be upstairs you know, you've gotten that. I've turned it in, so it's in your hands now.
Well, there's another thing we need to address as well. So.
Okay, well, I'll be upstairs, and I'll try to come back down a little bit later on, but I've got to be upstairs for a trial.
Okay. Please stop in after you're done upstairs, because there is some other issues.
Okay.
So, nobody, what was your impression of that interaction?
Well, it's as expected. I
What's
mean,
Bill's title?
It was exactly what I expected him to
What's
do.
his title, though?
I'm sorry?
What's his title?
That's the assistant city clerk,
Oh, okay.
Bill Dow. So, you know, he was basically saying that I need to fill out their form, which has more information that is required by their own rules on it. And I'm just saying, no, you know.
And you want to? Why do you want to run as nobody?
Well, to give voters the opportunity for the first time to actually vote for nobody. Because on most ballots, you don't have the ability to choose none of the above. And so I figured they you know, deserve that option.
None of the above, by the way, is actually, that's a relatively mainstream thing. When I was a mainstream news videographer back in 1993, one of my reporters did a story about the none of the above movement. So this is a venerable thing. It's not something completely outside the box. The idea back then, actually in Kansas, was to set it up so that if none of the above won an election, there would have to be a new election with, I guess, the two candidates thrown out, the two original candidates. It was a throwback to the, or I guess it was sort of a byproduct of the Ross Perot movement, actually.
It's a street and ward number. We didn't
Oh, you
add
didn't?
that. That is a state form.
Well,
so you just come back when you're
Okay.
when you're done.
We'll come back. But I'm going to bring him back.
That's fine. You can come with us. I mean, we can conduct this in the
We can do it out here, sure.
lobby if you want. I
Yeah.
mean, just we're trying to.
That's fine.
Again, it's sensitive stuff, and we don't
No, I
want
understand.
everybody to be seeing your personal
I gotta get
business.
upstairs.
Understood.
So, we'll be back.
Understood. Yep.
All right, thanks, Bill.
See here?
I think he is.
Audio recording.
Yeah, you just wait out here.
Okay, yeah, he said he'd meet with us out
I was
here.
going to ask you to come back. Hold on a second.
He said he'd meet with us out here. Yep.
You got your recorder running also again?
You know what? The batteries are dead, so
Oh,
it's,
okay.
it's all you today.
Out there.
Audio recording. Awesome.
A couple of chairs. That's all right. I'm happy to.
I'll certainly have a seat.
Well, now that the clerk's back, I'd like her to be present before we go over this.
Sure.
But
Join the party.
let me go grab one chair. Sorry.
Audio recording.
Off with the mask first,
I
okay?
can't. I'm here as nobody.
No, we really don't want to talk to you that way, Ian. We want to talk to Ian.
Well,
Ian, our friend Ian. Get the mask off, please.
Okay, since you asked nicely.
Thank you. Thanks. See, it's much easier to deal with you this way. So, I guess you've already had a conversation, so I want to...
Yeah, I want to
We
go
did.
over.
Okay.
And I'm not intending to be adversarial here.
I know you're not, Ian.
I realize this is your system, and I'm doing my best to
Yeah.
try to understand. And
Yeah.
This is the form you downloaded off of the state site. And
Yeah.
just want to point out that on that form itself, it even does say street and ward number. It's just not lined up with that line like it should be.
So here's my question for you. Assuming that's the case, and I
Well,
believe
it is
you.
the case
I believe
because
you.
here's the law, and
Right,
the law
right.
shows it as it's lined up.
Okay. So
Okay.
my question for you is, can a homeless person run for city office?
Definitely.
How would a homeless person accurately fill out such a...
Sure, they would give us some geographical references underneath the Court Street Bridge.
So I was reading the 654:7, these are your rules. Domicile is that place, and you cited this in your letter, Bill, more than any other where I sleep most nights of the year. But you didn't cite the remainder of the definition, which is or, to which I intend to return after a temporary absence.
New Hampshire's State House, among the least bad governing institutions on earth. But even here, legislators plot theft and destruction. However, they don't do it without opposition. The New Hampshire Liberty Alliance stands in their path and stands ready to train you in the ways of the Citizen Freedom Lobby. Visit nhliberty.org to get involved.